Let's talk a little bit about the next section, which is advanced malware. This is what's happened, yeah? We have all these people out there paying a lot of money, organized crime, governments, and other profit groups, to malware authors. And these malware authors are making about $100,000 a month. Malware consultants, of course, a lot of them are going to jail, so that's the downside. You know, high risk, high return. Malware consultants, botnet mass spammers, hackers, they're doing all this type of stuff and using these conduits. What's the conduits? Twitter, MySpace, Facebook, the good old spam. Probably the best botnet I read about was the Windows 7, with the Windows 7 beta, when they had the beta testers out. There was a botnet on Windows 7, because they had all those Windows 7 beta testers and they had a botnet on it. So, moral of the story is, make sure you always shut your computer off. So you might be a botnet for half the day, but when your computer's off, you can't be a botnet. Right? Can I attack something if it's off? No, but I can always turn your phone on, but that's another topic another day. Right, your ISPs for your phones, they can always turn your phone on. They can turn on Bluetooth on your phone, all kinds of cool stuff if you have a search warrant. The big one, though, too, is infected websites. What's some good websites to put malware on today?
Streaming video.
YouTube, social networking, same type of thing. Click here to go see this really cool video. You had your lion today, right? Stuff like that. Click here to go see this really cool video. Bang, as soon as you do, here comes the malware. Yep. Okay. What are they doing with the malware? They're trying to steal this stuff. Anything they can find, credit cards locally, banking information, anything they can find on the machines. Now what do? They can aggregate it and send it out to somebody on the internet that's parsing and grabbing all the data and using it to steal your credit cards, all right, and other stuff. What about this one? Instant messaging. Anybody got kids? Are they into chatting and stuff? All they do? I always tell everybody in forensics, well, this is how you track where your kids are going, even if they've gotten smart enough to delete their cache and all that type of stuff. And I said, well, sometimes you don't want to know where your kids are going, so maybe just let it go. Yeah. What about role-playing games? Has anybody seen this one? This one's pretty wild. They send you an email and say, hey, I just took this IQ test. Anybody send those emails? I scored this. Think you can beat me? Or you go to ESPN and places like that, and they come back and say, hey, Larry Bird or some athlete, right? They got this IQ. Can you beat them? Click here.
They incorporate a lot of that in the social networking.
Yeah, it's all part of the same groups, yeah. Let me show you something one thing why I always go to CNN, SI, or Sports Illustrated instead of ESPN nowadays. So you go to ESPN. If I go into now my JavaScript, remember we did it the other day? I do : alert, document.cookie. Make sure I got my syntax right. Look at all the cookies that ESPN's jammed onto your machine. That's why I quit going there. Yeah. What's the safest browser to use? Links. That's the one. Then it'll come up and say, do you want to accept this cookie? No. Don't accept any cookies. And then you can go to the site. Problem is what? It ain't very functional. It's command line. But what's your safest browser if you get into the GUI world? We'll answer that in a few questions. A few slides. 2009 was known as the malware, up around 50,000 new variants of malware. Look at the jump from 2008 to 2009. Why? What was the jump? Facebook, Twitter, the explosion where now all these people are putting CNN, Fox News, everybody's got a Twitter, they got a Facebook page, got all this other type of stuff. Don't have one, I'm never going to have one. Ain't never happening for me. Huh? And that was the explosion. Look at the difference from 2008 to 2009. Our detection hasn't evolved that much. For 10 years, we've been using the same archaic algorithm detection that we're doing today. Virus signatures are always easy to bypass because of certain things you can do. What you can do is confuse the scanner. So if I go into a good old friendly neighborhood notepad, and I go into System 32, the thing we always like to pick on is the it's probably under sys. Wow, did they move the thing? Where the heck they put the calculator at today? Search. It'd be quicker that way. Ever since Windows Vista, what happened to all the searching? It went crazy. Yeah? All right. When in doubt, bring me my old-fashioned. Anybody remember this one? Uppercase S, recursively search all the directories for a file. DOS stuff. Because I didn't see it. It used to be in System 32. Where the heck they put the thing? There it is. Why didn't I find it? All right, anyway. So what I'll do, oh, I know I didn't find it. Dummy me. Okay, Notepad. C:\\/ Windows / System 2 / Calc. I said, Kevin, you can't open the exe with Notepad. Ah. There it goes. Look at that gibberish. But all I'm looking at here is this. See that MZ? Yeah? That's hex 4D5A. That's the header. Yeah? Virus scanners, they read the header to determine on what signatures to load. How many signatures do you think a virus scanner has in it? Lots. Too many to load every one of them every time it scans something. So it looks at the header. In this case, MZ, it would load all the executables. What if I'm a smart perpetrator and I change the MZ header to something else? Like PDF. These are ways to bypass antivirus because they'll look at it, oh, it's a PDF file, and they'll load the wrong signatures. This is called the magic byte bypass. You'll see the vulnerability every now and then called magic byte bypass. Every virus scanner's had it. And they keep, coming up with ways to stop it, but us, the hackers, keep finding ways to get around it. Because think about it, how long are they going to look for the header? If I put the header down in here, are they going to search through all that to try to find that header? In most cases, no. So these are just bypass techniques that people can use, and why this malware is so proliferate and it's expanded so much and so fast. ND5 hash, right? We got the actual breakdown, right? Problem is, at runtime in memory, it's game over. Yeah, you might check it when it's on the file system, but all the attacks today don't hit the file system. They stay in the RAM, right? Live memory. Why? They know we've got all that stuff on the file system, so never put it in the file system. In fact, remember our friendly neighborhood Metasploit? Their interpreter, their advanced shell, never hits the disk. It's all in RAM. So you got to do what? Analyze RAM. Cybercrime has become huge. They now are professional software developers. They have a life cycle model. If you get a piece of malware from them, it's guaranteed not to be detectable by any antivirus. As soon as it becomes detectable, right here, code is undetected by latest antivirus, they release a survey pack or a patch so it's undetectable again. This is huge, big business here. Funded malware, professionals with a budget. Forget the days of the script kiddie or the hacker in the basement, the teenager. It's over. These guys have specific goals: industrial espionage, cybercrime, right? New and unknown, no signatures exist for it. These are where we hear about those 0 days. This is how they do it, or this anti-forensics. Yeah, different ways of doing this type of stuff. This is where we're at today. This is what we're talking about with funded malware, yeah? Okay? The hacker, Trend Micro, all these types of things. Information that they found that about this funded malware. In fact, the first one we really started analyzing was Cylon. Anybody see Cylon? S-I-L-O-N? Yeah? That was the advanced first malware we had, and it was pretty cool how it worked. The user went to a website, and a box popped up. There's an update for Adobe. Click here. We've seen that type of box all the time, right? Or you don't have Flash, you don't have this. Well, the user clicked there. Well, it said it was taking him to Adobe, but a piece of malware downloaded to the machine, Cylon. Yeah? So all along from that point, Cylon was sitting there, because it was using packers, encryptors, all this other type of stuff, and gathering and capturing data and sending it out through the network. Where was it going? China and the Ukraine. Stole over 200 accounts in identity theft. So this is what we're talking about, this type of malware.
You say it's best to never use the automatic update window and just go straight to the site if you get notified?
Yeah. The comment was, is it better not to go through the browser? Definitely, because is the browser designed to detect you? I mean, protect you? No. You know there's over 400 browsers? But what does everybody pretty much use? 2 or 3? Yeah? Oh, we got a 0 day on Google Chrome too. Did I show you guys that? I can't remember if I did or not. All right. Anybody use Chrome? Big on Chrome? Yeah, there's a big 0 day on it like last week or the other day. I can't remember. All these things running in my head. Identify, acquire, target information. This is the goal of pretty much all this type of malware. And what do? Pilfer or exfiltrate, depending on who you want to talk to, the information. They remain undetected. Why? Encryption. They use encryption. They're encrypted. They're packed. They're doing all this fancy stuff. Good news is they decrypt when they go in memory. Bad news is it's too late. They already got all their data.